Okay, so morning everyone. Hopefully you can hear us and see my screen all right. Welcome to day 3 of our virtual careers event. So today we're talking all about M&E engineering. So this first session this morning is just a bit of an introduction to our business, so you can learn a little bit more about us and what we do. So just to introduce ourselves first, so my name's Charlotte and I work in the communications team. So I've been with the business for about 7 years now. I actually started as a placement student and then came back as a grad, so I've kind of gone on that career journey. So yeah, that's me.
Hi, I'm Lucy Spencer, so I manage the recruitment team for the MMB division, and I've been here about 4 years now. While it's been very fast growing, needed to expand into recruitment, and I handle all the early careers as well. So as you go through this, if you end up applying, there's a chance you'll speak to one of myself or my team, and maybe even get a chance to meet in an assessment centre one day. But I'm going to let Charlotte do most of the work today.
So yeah, that's us. Just to quickly kind of run through the programme of the day, if you're going to be joining us in the later sessions. So there's just this introduction today, which is just half an hour. And then at 11:15, we've got a presentation from one of our previous placement students. And then over lunch, we've got another presentation from one of our grads. And then this afternoon, you'll be able to ask all your career questions to Lucy and one of our hiring managers. So yeah, any random questions about applications and kind of careers and stuff, you'll have the opportunity to do that. So yeah, that's just the overview of the day. So I'm just going to give you, so the session's only half an hour, so I'm just going to really quickly run through the company's history, just to kind of give you a bit of an understanding of our journey, where we've come from and where we are now. And later on, we've got just a little short video for you from some of our directors that will explain kind of this in a little bit more detail for you. So to start off with, the business was actually formed back in the 1970s. In 1972, based in Skipton, and our head office is still there, which is nice. So we've still got our roots in North Yorkshire. So initially we worked for local authorities on water and wastewater projects kind of in the local area. And then in the 1980s, we did a little bit more building and construction projects. And as you'll hear from some of our directors, as I just mentioned, this was kind of around the time we started working with water clients. So Yorkshire Water was a big one for us. And that's actually one of our longest standing clients. So then we did a little bit of residential building. We worked on quite a few high profile developments in the Lake District, which was quite nice. But that's not something that's kind of in our sort of work portfolio right now anymore. In 1999, that was a key milestone for us. So that's when we formed our joint venture business, which is called Mott MacDonald Bentley, which you might have kind of seen around our website and stuff. So this joint venture was set up with Mott MacDonald, who are a global design consultancy business. So that was set up to deliver some work for Yorkshire Water. So that partnership works in the sense that Mott MacDonald bring kind of the design side for projects. So they do all the drawings and the fancy stuff for us. And then J & Bentley, as the contractor, goes out to site and builds the work. So as a kind of joint venture business like that, we're able to offer sort of the full package to clients, which is nice. They know what they're getting and we just work quite well together. So that's really good for us. And MMB is still going strong, which is nice. So the majority of contracts that we deliver for water clients are delivered through MMB. And then kind of, as you can see on the slide, we kind of went from strength to strength. So we've grown quite a bit. We've developed our client portfolio. We've opened quite a few offices across the country. In 2013, we set up another joint venture, which is, again, is still going strong. And this one was with an environmental consultancy business called Jeremy Benn Associates, if you might have heard of them. So again, that works in the design and construction sort of partnership. So Jeremy Benn do the design for environmental projects, and we then go to site and deliver those for the client. So we deliver a lot of work for the Environment Agency under that joint venture, which is quite nice. So again, that's a little bit different for us. And then in 2014, we actually joined the Mott MacDonald group. So we're part of that wider global consultancy business, and that kind of allows us to share resources and knowledge and kind of gives us that really collaborative way of working, which is really nice. And that's kind of evolved from kind of how strong and how successful the M&B joint venture was. So that's been really good for us. And then if you kind of fast forward to 2020, we employ about 1,400-ish people now, and we turn over about 300 million. To give you kind of an idea of the scope of how far we've come. When I started 7 years ago, we had about 600 people and turned over maybe 120, maybe a bit less than that. So yeah, we've come really far. Our journey's been really positive, and it's been one that's been a lot of growth and a lot of success. So that's kind of us really quickly. That's kind of our journey as a business in a bit of a nutshell. So as you could probably tell from that slide, a lot of our clients are in the water sector. So that is the predominant source of our revenue. So we work for 7 UK water companies, one of which is Thames Water, which is actually the biggest in the country. So that's really nice for us. But then we do deliver projects for companies like National Grid, the Coal Authority, Procter & Gamble, Rolls-Royce. So we do have kind of a varied client portfolio, and we deliver different kinds of projects for different kinds of clients, which again you'll kind of see more of in the director video shortly for you. Moving on kind of to our values, so you kind of understand hopefully now what we do as a business, and our values kind of define who we are. So I think you always want to work for a company where your values kind of align with ours. So you don't want to just come to a business for a really high salary. You want to feel part of a family and feel really comfortable and kind of happy to be there. So this kind of just explains what our value is and what our culture is. So our culture and our kind of key values are based on the concept of care. So we know that kind of when we care about what we do, we obviously do it better. So we always want to make sure we have happy people. We look after the money because it's important to keep profitable and keep growing, and that we keep people safe. Obviously working on kind of large, complex engineering projects, that does carry a certain aspect of risk. So keeping everyone safe is our top priority, and we want to make sure people are happy at work and enjoying their jobs. So that's really important. But yeah, that's. Anything else to add there, Luce? That kind of gives a good overview, I think, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, absolutely.
Super. So the next couple of slides, this just kind of shows you the scope of how big we are and our coverage across the UK. So we have different clients, different parts of the country. The 4 kind of colours that you can see here represent our different operational units. So we split the business into 4 units to kind of make it easier to manage. So we have a group of directors that look after each of these units, so they look after different clients and the different frameworks. And this kind of just shows you again, for each client and for each unit, we have regional offices. Not that we're really kind of in the office too much anymore, as you can see, me and Lucy are comfortable at home, which is nice. But we do have those offices to serve those clients and those frameworks. So yeah, as I said, our business is split up into 4 operational units, and in a moment you'll hear from a director from each of those units who will go through the different clients and the different frameworks that they look after in a bit more detail. One thing kind of to note is just how our structure works in terms of this sort of triangle. So we have an operations, commercial and design collaborative sort of working environment. So everyone kind of, you're not working in a silo. Across the business you have these 3 representations from different roles. So operations aren't working completely separate from design. Everyone kind of works together in a collaborative way, which is really nice.
If I can just add to that as well, given that this is the the M&E day, in terms of where that sits. You can either sit in the operational side with commissioning and going out on site and dealing with a lot of our mechanical, electrical things on site, or also in our design, doing the design for the mechanical, electrical side. So the team kind of crosses over those two corners of the triangle, and that's why you don't have an M&E corner, because it's actually embedded into two other areas. Just to...
Super, thank you, Liz.
Okay.
So yeah, hopefully that gives you a bit of a background and a bit of understanding of the business and what we do and who we are. So now, as I said, we've got a little short video for you from some of our directors. As I'm sure you can appreciate, they're a bit hard to pin down sometimes. So they very kindly recorded this for us, and that's just going to take you through each of the operational areas to kind of show you different clients that we have and the different work that we do for them.
Hi, my name is Richard Lee. I'm a design director for McDonald Bentley. I've been with our business now for over 15 years. I'll start by giving you an introduction to my career development. Upon graduating in 2004, I spent the first years of my career located on site as an engineer overseeing the construction of various water and wastewater assets. After that, I joined our consultancy business, where I learned how to design both water and wastewater projects. This included spending 6 months located in our Indian office, coordinating the design between our Indian team and our UK team. I also spent 3 years working for our design and build venture, McDonald Bentley. As time went by, my focus shifted more to design management. This meant undertaking larger and more complex design projects, but also leading larger teams. By 2014, I needed a change, and I transferred to our Hong Kong business. There, my focus was on project management, commercial management, but also working on airport projects. By 2017, I transferred to our New Zealand business. There, my focus on airports continued, where I was the project manager for the design upgrade of Auckland Airport. Early this year, I transferred back to the UK and rejoined McDonald Bentley in my current role. McDonald Bentley comprises of various units. I am the design director for Unit A. Our clients include United Utilities, Anglian Water and Thames Water. We are delivering a 5-year programme of capital projects for these clients. This includes water and wastewater treatment plants, but also infrastructure. The drivers for these projects vary. They include improving environment, improving drought resilience, addressing climate change, and improving supply to customers. Some of the projects we're undertaking are of national significance. For example, we're going to relocate Cambridge Treatment Works. We're also going to build a water pipeline spanning from Lincolnshire all the way down to Essex. This is to improve supply in the southeast of the country, where there is drought. One of the greatest challenges of my job is that each of our clients are different. They all require a unique approach and have different drivers.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil Cundall and I'm one of JM Bentley's commercial directors. Before I joined JM Bentley, I worked as a quantity surveyor for 2 other civil engineering companies, working for multiple clients covering rail works, water works, power works and highway works. I've been with JM Bentley now for 13 years and I joined as a quantity surveyor. Initially I worked on some AMP4 Yorkshire Water large schemes before progressing to the role of commercial manager and now commercial director. It's no coincidence that my time with JM Bentley is a majority of my working career, as at JM Bentley the values we hold align really well to me. We aim to keep people safe, we aim to make money, and we aim to have happy people. All 3 of these are very much intertwined. The area of the business that I'm responsible for, along with an operations and design director, covers Yorkshire and the North East. In these areas we deliver work for Yorkshire Water and Northumbrian Water. Yorkshire Water is actually one of our longest standing clients and we've worked with them since the 1980s. Similarly, we've worked with Northumbrian Water for over 20 years. The frameworks themselves cover infrastructure and non-infrastructure works, water and wastewater treatment, and waste and water network projects, as well as complex mechanical and electrical works on water and wastewater sites. So there will be a variety of types of projects and work to deliver. The type of work we deliver can range from upgrading or constructing new spillways and reservoirs to working on wastewater treatment works and sewer upgrades, which can be a bit more exciting than it sounds. Schemes can range anywhere from 50 grand right up to sort of 60 million in value, and it can take years to see a project through from design through to construction and then finally commissioning, where we hand it back to the client, hopefully very happy. We've worked on all sorts of projects over the years, lots of them award-winning multi-million pound jobs. A couple of examples from Yorkshire Water include Weoley Reservoir. We completed work here back in 2017 to refurbish the entire reservoir spillway, which is a Grade 2 listed structure, first built in 1906. The existing spillway was unable to safely pass the design flood, which meant it wouldn't prove sufficient overflow relief, risking the stability of the reservoir dam. At Hull, wastewater treatment works were undertaking our largest ever project with Yorkshire Water. Serving a population equivalent of more than 1 million people, the works needed upgrading, having been first built over 20 years ago. We completed the design and are well underway with the construction of a new elevated inlet works and refurbishment of an existing sludge treatment facility. We're using Autodesk BIM 360 on the project, which allows our team to create a 3D model of the site, making construction quicker and more accurate. In Northumbrian Water, at Riding Mill Raw Water Pumping Station, we've refurbished and replaced 4 90 megalitre per day pumps and 1 20 megalitre per day pump. We've installed new mechanical and electrical equipment and upgraded a lot of the existing structure to make way for 4 new fish exclusion screens, all of which will help to improve efficiency and ensure compliance. Or at Otterburn Water Treatment Works, where we've replaced and modernised an ageing water treatment works located in a designated area of high landscape value, just outside the Northumberland National Park. We did this by opting for a transportable treatment unit, something not seen in England before. It uses innovative nanofiltration technology, which is cleaner and more compact than traditional treatment. It was designed, built and tested off-site at our supplier's factory before being dismantled into 6 fully fitted out units and delivered ready for installation. So in Yorkshire Water, we were successful on 4 multi-million pound frameworks, and in Northumbrian Water, we successfully continued the AMP6 framework into AMP7 for another 5 years. So there's plenty to look forward to and lots of different projects to get involved with over this period. The unit delivered around 70 million worth of work for both clients last year, and we expect over the next 5-year AMP period to deliver around 400 million.
Hi, I'm Ian Bester and I'm an Operations Director at J.M. Bentley and JBA Bentley. I've been with the business full-time since 2003, when I graduated from Loughborough University with a degree in civil engineering. I was first introduced to J.M. Bentley when I did my school work experience back in 1997. They must have made a good impression on me at the time, because following that initial experience, I kept contacting them for holiday work and they kept having me back, which then led on to them sponsoring me throughout my time at university. J.M. Bentley has always been a company that has provided me with the right opportunities at the right time, and this has meant that I've fulfilled a wide range of roles in my career, all of which have provided me with additional skills and knowledge in becoming a well-rounded engineer, manager and leader within the company. My career journey has typically followed an operational route, starting as a site engineer before progressing to site manager, then to contracts manager, to operations manager, and now to operations director. Along the way, and at times, I have deviated away from this operational route, fulfilling roles such as quantity surveyor, estimator and bid manager to increase my commercial and contractual knowledge and understanding. This is one of the great benefits of J.M. Bentley, in that we are a flexible organisation that can position people in line with their aspirations, development goals and career progression. So I look after the operational unit that covers non-water wastewater work, covers clients such as the Environment Agency, Coal Authority, Rolls-Royce, Cadent Gas, National Grid and local authorities. So projects are quite varied across the unit, which is great. The projects that we deliver for the Environment Agency are predominantly around protecting people from the impact of flooding. We deliver design and build flood defence schemes that include pump stations, walls and embankments, as well as completing routine maintenance and improvement works on some of their existing assets, such as lock gates and sluice structures. So far, we have delivered schemes that range in value between £100,000 and £35 million. Our work for the Coal Authority aims to protect and improve the quality of our river water and aquifers from legacy mining activity. Our work for the clients such as Rolls-Royce, Procter & Gamble, local authorities is very varied. Cover work such as construction of new factory buildings, roads, car parks, drainage, electrical upgrades and much more. Over the last few years, we've started to deliver some works in the gas sector for clients such as Cadent Gas and National Grid. This is new to us, but a sector that we are keen to do more in. We have just recently successfully completed a programme of strategic valve replacements. There's a few things that make the work we do across our unit unique and interesting. These include its variety. As I've just discussed, teams across the unit are delivering works for multiple clients across multiple sectors with multiple complexities and challenges. Being part of a collaborative design and build team offers the chance to learn about why a scheme is designed the way it is, as well as being involved in its construction. And being involved in projects that actually make a difference and have a positive impact on people and the environment. Our Foss Barrier Pump Station project in York has probably been our flagship project over recent years. This is a £30 million Environment Agency commission to upgrade the pump station from a pumping capacity of 30 to 50 cubics and to increase its resilience during times of flood, all of which had to be constructed online, adding to its complexity. The scheme has secured many local and national awards, including the prestigious 2019 British Construction Industry Award for the Civil Engineering Temporary Works Initiative of the Year. So looking forward, there are a lot of projects to be involved in and a lot to learn. We're already forecasting circa 50 million of revenue across the unit for next year, with an aspiration for continued growth. We're forecasting to deliver more work for the Environment Agency in 2021, and our new frameworks with the Coal Authority should really start to take shape as we start to deliver more projects for them. We're kicking off one of our largest earthworks schemes at Skefflin at the start of next year, and some of our other larger civil and MEP schemes will run throughout the year. We'll be busy bidding some of the other framework opportunities within the gas sector, so hopefully we'll find some success there, which will allow us to build further traction with clients such as National Grid and Cadent. We'll maintain a presence with Rolls-Royce and P&G, and I'd like to think that we will continue to win work, either with existing or new clients, that will provide people with ongoing opportunities.
Hi everyone, I'm Anne Carroll and I'm one of the Joan Bentley Operational Directors. I've been with J&B for nearly a year now, but I've always worked with the J&B teams via our design and build partnership with Mott MacDonald MMB. I started out as a project leader with Mott MacDonald, working on lots of different water and wastewater engineering projects for MMB, before progressing as a design manager and design director, and now operations director with J&B Bentley. The area of the business I'm responsible for, along with the design director and commercial director, covers Wales and the West Midlands. In these areas, we deliver work for Welsh Water, Severn Trent and Magnox. We've worked with Severn Trent for over 10 years and with Welsh Water for 5. The type of work we deliver can range from upgrading or constructing new spillways and reservoirs to working on wastewater treatment works and sewer upgrades. Often our teams are working on an asset in the middle of a field or on the outskirts of a town or city. Schemes can range from £15,000 to 34 million. Both of our major clients provide a crucial role in the community, providing water and taking away waste 365 days a year. To give you an idea of the scale, Severn Trent serves around 4.2 million households, maintains over 100,000 kilometres of pipe work, has 181 clean water sites and 1,071 sewage recycling centres. They supply 1.8 billion litres of clean water and collect over 1.4 billion litres of waste. Geographically, Severn Trent covers over 21,000 kilometres squared, from Scunthorpe in the northeast to Gloucester in the southwest. Early in the pandemic, the country may have run out of sanitizer, but the clean water kept flowing. So we've worked on a wide range of projects for both our principal clients, covering all aspects and types of work delivered in the UK water sector. To give you a few examples, at Stoke Bardoff, which is the waste recycling centre for Nottingham, we're building a £34 million thermal hydrolysis plant. The purpose of the scheme is to turn sewage waste into gas, which can be exported to the grid to supply homes in the area, a super way of providing green energy. At Llambrinnig in North Wales, precision engineering was required to replace the existing crane, bulkhead and primary gate and provide and install new secondary gates at the bottom of an existing draw-off tower. We safely removed and tested the gates for leaks involving 44 days of continuous single isolation, all under a Welsh Water Gold command. At Pennybump Wastewater Treatment Works, we've been on site for years, delivering a series of modifications to protect the environment and improve water quality. The highlight in 2019 was the replacement of 4 of the 6 Archimedean screws used to transfer flow into the inlet works of first of the new screens. The biggest challenge was maintaining the performance of the works whilst removing the existing screws and installing and commissioning their replacements. Each screw is capable of transferring 2,200 litres a second. A major overpumping operation was established to enable a highly technical mechanical installation to be carried out safely. At Weoley Avenue, a partnership project between Severn Trent, the Birmingham City Council and the Environment Agency has reduced the risk of flooding at 13 properties. We delivered a sustainable, environmentally friendly solution in the form of swales and detention basins to capture and store excess stormwater runoff before it's fed to the sewer system. Finally, at Dimmingsdale, west of Wolverhampton, we're drilling over 330 metres deep. That's deeper than Blackpool Tower is high. The borehole will be able to extract over 10 million litres of water per day from the sandstone aquifer which lies below the site. The borehole has a design life of over 80 years, so Dimmingsdale has the potential to producing water for your children, grandchildren and maybe even great-grandchildren if they live in the area. We're a named contractor on 3 frameworks for Severn Trent, and we are part of the Capital Delivery Alliance for Welsh Water. So there's lots of different and interesting projects to get involved in over the next 5 years of the water industry's investment cycle. The unit will provide or will deliver around £120 million worth of work for both clients this year and expects to deliver around £100 million a year across the next 5 years. The framework themselves cover infrastructure and non-infrastructure works, water and wastewater treatment, and waste and water network projects, as well as complex mechanical and electrical works on water and wastewater sites. So there's a right variety and type of projects to work and deliver. For Severn Trent, we're well on with our first batch of projects for AMP7, kicking off 6 Framework Directive early obligation projects which seek to improve the natural environment by limiting the amount of phosphorus discharged to the environment.
Hi.
So hopefully that gave you a good overview of the business, the work we do and our clients. So we finished just about on time, which is good. So thank you for joining this first introduction session this morning, and we hope to see you in the later ones this morning and this afternoon. So as I said, the next one is at 11:15, where you'll hear from one of our previous placement students, Charles, who will be telling you about kind of his experience and giving you any advice and little tips if you're thinking about a role in M&E engineering. So yeah, thank you very much, and go grab a brew, and hopefully we'll see you back here shortly. Thank you.
Join us. Bye.